Rainey in Starkville, Mississippi, Sirius XM 131. Hi, Rainey.
Hi, Hank. Thank you so much for taking my call. I have a question about in Ezekiel, and I can't remember exactly the chapter, but I think it's like 41, 42, 43. They're describing he sees the vision of the temple. And I guess I'm a little confused as to, if that's a future temple, why was there a need for places for sacrifices? Do you know what I'm asking?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great question and well phrased. It is not a future temple. And here's where the art and science of biblical interpretation comes in. If you don't understand the art and science of biblical interpretation, in this case, the historical principle of biblical interpretation, it's so easy to get tripped up by modern prophecy pundits who are telling you that this temple is a future temple. I still remember Tim LaHaye, when he was alive, making a big point of the fact that this temple, just as you say, is a temple in which sacrifices will take place, and those sacrifices actually atone for sin. They're efficacious, for example, for ceremonial uncleanness. Now, obviously, if you draw that out to its logical conclusion, Christ's atonement on the cross is not sufficient. More atonement has to be made, either in a tribulation temple or, in this case, a millennial temple. But if you understand the historical principle of biblical interpretation, you will not misunderstand Ezekiel's prophecy. So here's the deal. Ezekiel was prophesying from the dusty environs of a refugee camp in the south of Babylon near the river Khabur. And we know that by reading the text. So we know where Ezekiel is. He's no longer in the holy city. He's now in a refugee camp in the south of Babylon. And from there he looks into the eastern sky and he longs for the glory of the Lord to return to a temple that had just been destroyed. So if you again understand the history, the temple has been destroyed. Ezekiel's in Babylon, and he's wistfully, as it were, looking into the eastern sky, praying for the temple to be rebuilt. And of course, his prayer received an answer under Zerubbabel, Ezra, Nehemiah. And we can read about that in Scripture. So he yearned for the promise of a temple whose glory would exceed even that of Solomon's temple. So again, the point is that we shouldn't presume that Ezekiel longed for a third or a fourth temple when the second temple had not yet arisen from the ashes of the first temple.